Good evening, everyone. Good evening, friends. Your Excellency, Consulate, American Consulate, thank you for being here. And we are going to see something spectacular. Thank you very much for your patronage, everyone. I'm going to take another deep breath and introduce my husband, Michael.
Thank you, everyone. This has been quite an undertaking. Huge props to Sophia, who's put in most of the legwork to get this going. We are a very small team trying to do a very big event. And so I just want to credit to Sophia and acknowledge all of the effort she's put in to make this all happen. Every seat that you are sitting in, has been mapped and planned by Sophia. So apologies if you didn't get the seat you wanted. And perhaps next time we will do this maybe 2 or 3 nights as opposed to just one night. Yeah. Very proud to be standing in front of you today. If last night was anything to go by, this evening is going to be spectacular. Yeah, so please applaud the dancers. They love to hear your energy and encouragement. So please don't sit there quietly. Thank you. And just a big public thank you to Rosewood, who's really made this possible for this all to happen. So thank you so much to the administrative and management team at Rosewood. And also thank you to the tasting room for providing the cocktails that you enjoyed before, the mocktails, excuse me, that you enjoyed before coming in. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Michael, who's going to give us a formal introduction. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you.
Yes, aren't they absolute superstars? Thank you very much for coming in such huge numbers tonight, especially with the bad weather and rain. I feel somewhat responsible. I had water delivered to the house on Wednesday, and it has rained since. But in more formal matters, just as we referenced the Governor, who has been very supportive, would more formally like to just welcome the Excellency Governor of Bermuda. And just to make a link from the Governor perspective to tonight, the Governor is appointed to his role by King Charles, and just for reference, King Charles is actually the royal patron of the Royal Ballet, where Ravi is now a lifetime member of the company of the Royal Ballet of London. I have put Sophia and Michael through a few versions of how proud they are. It invariably ends up in tears, so I'm not going to do it again tonight, but I think it's obvious to you all. So I'm not getting any more in the way other than obviously to welcome the US Consul General, Antoinette Hurtado as well. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a great night, everybody. This really is special. You'll be delighted you came.
Thank you. Thank you very much. If I may just add, thank you, Michael, so much. At the end of the evening, His Excellency will come to the stage to say a few words, and there will be a little presentation, just a very small presentation at the end, so if you can just refrain from leaving the auditorium, the Earl Theater until then. Thank you. It will be very short. And then the dancers will meet you outside, so please stay and come and talk with them. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
Academy of Dance has been a cornerstone of classical ballet training here in Bermuda for over 40 years. Through its internationally recognised system, generations of dancers have developed not only strong technique, but also discipline, musicality and confidence, qualities that serve them both in and out of the studio. The RAD examinations play a vital role in a dancer's journey. They offer clear goals, professional feedback, and a sense of accomplishment that builds resilience and encourages continued growth. And while every level is a step to be proud of, tonight we focus on one of the most distinguished achievements within the RAD system, the Solo Seal Award. The Solo Seal is not only another exam, it is a performance, a public demonstration of excellence, open only to those who have already passed Advanced 2 with distinction. It challenges the dancer to show not only technical brilliance, but also artistry, presence, and potential for a professional career. We are incredibly proud to share that this year one of our own, Vidya Kanania-Watson, will be taking her Solo Seal examination at the Royal Academy of Dance headquarters in London. What an honour and what a testament to her years of dedication, passion and perseverance. Tonight, we are also reminded of the broader RAD community that extends across all ages and stages of life. I am proud to co-lead Bermuda's Silver Swans programme alongside Mary Falconberg. These ballet classes are especially designed for adults aged 50 and over. Each year, our Bermuda Swans contribute recorded performances that are featured at the Silver Swans Celebration Day at the RAD headquarters in London. It is a joyous reminder that ballet truly is for everyone at every age. Tonight, as we witness Vidya's contemporary solo, Caprice, we celebrate not just her achievement, but the ongoing legacy of ballet in Bermuda. Thank you for your support of the arts, of our dancers, and of the traditions that continue to shape Bermuda's rich ballet legacy.
The Royal Academy of Dance has been a cornerstone of classical ballet training here in Bermuda for over 40 years. Through its internationally recognised system, generations of dancers have developed not only strong technique, but also discipline, musicality and confidence, qualities that serve them both in and out of the studio. The RAD examinations play a vital role in a dancer's journey. They offer clear goals, professional feedback, and a sense of accomplishment that builds resilience and encourages continued growth. And while every level is a step to be proud of,
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep? And have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Tammy L. Richardson Augustus is a distinguished former partner at Appleby, whose 3-decade tenure epitomized excellence and integrity. Honored as 2024's Woman of the Year and celebrated as Bermudian Magazine's Unsung Hero.
Mrs. Frith, from age 5 to 7, through every shuffle, leap, and point, you instilled more than choreography. You fostered a rhythm of discipline, confidence, and creative intelligence that continues to echo throughout my life. From the quiet focus of ballet to the dynamic energy of tap and jazz, your mastery of these disciplines left an indelible mark on my development, both as an individual and a dancer. You didn't merely teach steps, you cultivated character. Your studio was more than a place of technique, it was a sanctuary. In you, Mrs. Frith, I found not only a gifted teacher, but a devoted champion. Someone who saw promise and brought it to life with exacting standards, always paired with warmth and grace. The lessons you imparted in both mind and movement remain a source of inspiration, shaping my path far beyond the dance floor. I carry these lessons with me in every stride. Thank you.
The Jackson School of Performing Arts' ever-present lucky charm. For 50 years, Barbara Frith has been the heartbeat of Jackson School of Performing Arts, so much so that during rehearsals, Her encouraging words can be heard throughout the studio, lighting up student after student. She remains as dedicated and passionate as ever, teaching ballet, tap, and musical theater, and even championing lifelong learning through adult classes. Born in Boston, Barbara began ballet at age 5 to strengthen her back. Steadfast and disciplined from the start. By 13, she was dancing with the Boston Ballet, went on to study jazz at the Boston Conservatory, and was teaching professionally by 18. Her path led her to Bermuda in 1969 when she met and married musician Douglas Frith at the Bermudiana Hotel. Soon after, she was invited by Louise Jackson to teach at the Jackson School of Performing Arts, one of the island's first integrated dance schools. From her first jazz class onward, Barbara devoted herself to the school. Using nothing more than a cassette player tied to her scooter, she brought dance directly into the homes and schools, eventually teaching classes with 30 to 40 eager students and becoming a fixture of after-school and Saturday dance life. But it wasn't just her mobility or her discipline, it was her heart. Barbara's tap class at the Lifelong Learning Center still draws women who started with her decades ago, still remembering their time steps with pride and joy. When the pandemic hit, she moved her classes online, converting her living room, coffee table, and all into a makeshift studio, proving once again that dance and connection know no barriers. And when they returned to the physical studio, she said simply, "At least you knew where you were with the space." Barbara has also mentored thousands of students, from young performers in recitals like Wish Me Luck, themed around Lucky Charms, to adult learners rediscovering their love of movement. She's choreographed classics and musicals, helping shape Bermuda's cultural fabric, from Grease to Matilda, pantomimes to tap-heavy reviews. Her influence spans generations. Students, parents, teachers, all of whom greet her with, "Hi, Mrs. Frith," a testament to their lasting relationships. But she's built throughout her career. Barbara Frith isn't just a teacher. She's a Jackson's living legend, a dynamic educator, tireless mentor, and treasured friend to thousands. Her laughter, leadership, and love have sustained a school, inspired a community, and proven that dance truly is for every age and ability. Barbara, thank you for your heart, your tenacity, and your unwavering belief in the transformative power of movement. Tonight and always, we celebrate you. the Bermuda Ballet Association, Storytelling the History. In 2005, the Bermuda Ballet Association was formally integrated into the National Dance Foundation of Bermuda. Today, the National Dance Foundation of Bermuda generously supports aspiring dancers through the Bermuda Ballet Association commemorative scholarships.
Le cœur bien au chaud, les yeux dans la bière, j'ai la grosse Adrienne de mon talent. Avec l'ami Jojo et avec l'ami Pierre, on allait boire nos 20 ans. Jojo se prenait pour Voltaire et Pierre pour Casanova. Et moi qui étais le plus fier, moi je me prenais pour moi. Et quand vers minuit passaient les notaires qui sortaient de l'hôtel des 3%, on leur montrait nos culs et nos bonnes manières en leur chantant les bourgeois. C'est comme un cochon, ça devient mieux, ça devient bête, les bourgeois. C'est comme les cochons, ça devient mieux, ça devient. Le corps bien au chaud, les yeux dans la bière, chez la grosse Adrienne de mon talent. Avec l'ami Jojo et avec l'ami Pierre, on allait brûler nos 20 ans. Voltaire dansait comme un vicaire et Casanova n'osait pas. Et moi moi qui restais le plus fier, moi, j'étais presque aussi sous que moi. Et quand vers minuit passaient les notaires qui sortaient de l'hôtel des 3 ans, on leur montrait nos culs et nos bonnes manières en leur chantant les bourgeois, c'est comme les cochons, plus ça devient vieux, plus ça devient bête. Les bourgeois, c'est comme les cochons, plus ça devient vieux, plus ça devient. Le cœur au repos, les yeux bien sur terre, au bar de l'hôtel des 3 ans, avec maître Jojo et avec maître Pierre, entre notaires, on passe le temps. Jojo parle de Voltaire et Pierre de Casanova, et moi qui suis resté plus fier, moi je parle encore de moi. Et c'est en sortant vers minuit, monsieur le commissaire, que tous les soirs, de chez la Montalon, de jeunes peigne-cul nous montrent leur derrière, en nous chantant. Les bourgeois, c'est comme les cochons, plus ça devient vieux, et plus ça devient bête, disent-ils, monsieur le commissaire. Les bourgeois, plus ça devient vieux, et plus ça devient...
The Legacy of Legat and Honoring Mrs. Patricia Dean Gray, MBE. The Legat family lived in Moscow, Russia. Nicholas Legat was born in 1969 and he had 10 brothers and sisters. His grandmother was a ballerina at the Paris Opera, his mother a ballerina with Bolshoi, and his father was both a student and a teacher at the Bolshoi. Nicholas and his brother Sergei were introduced to ballet and both became dancers at the Mariinsky many years later. Nicholas Legat graduated having studied primarily with Christian Johansson, as well as working very closely with Marius Petipa and Enrico Giacchetti. Over a period of 20 years, Nicholas would advance from student to artist, to premier danseur for the Tsar of Russia, and to eventually the maître de ballet at the Mariinsky Theatre, and ultimately the master of the class of perfection in London. Ballerina Anna Roy was in Legat's class of perfection. Legat's last task was to transfer all of his pedagogic knowledge to his chosen successor, Anna Roy. Already an established ballerina in Yugoslavia, she came to study with Nicholas Legat in 1932 and became his favorite pupil and his principal assistant. Anna Roy stands alone as the one who received the master's blessing. Now, if there's any one name that is synonymous with ballet in Bermuda, it is that of Madame Patricia Dean Gray, MBE. For over 6 decades, Madame Gray was not only a pillar of classical ballet, but its fiercest protector and most dedicated teacher and most unshakable believer. Madame Gray began her journey in 1950, when as a young Patricia Sherwood, she enrolled in the Legat School of Ballet in Tunbridge Wells, Kent, England. She trained in the rigorous Russian method created by Nicholas Legat, and she quickly immersed herself into the classical tradition. But it was her time studying under Madame Anna Roy that defined her artistry and ignited her calling. Madame Roy mentored Patricia through the ranks of the professional ballet, guiding her from England to Yugoslavia, where she became a soloist with the National Theatre in Split. She danced internationally, performed at major events, including Bermuda's 350th anniversary celebration in Giselle, and danced on stages few Bermudians had graced before. Yet when offered a long-term contract with the Yugoslav National Theatre, Patricia made a defining choice. She was to return home. In 1955, she opened the Bermuda School of Russian Ballet, determined to bring professional level training to local children. She knew that real opportunity began with access, and that greatness could be nurtured right here on the island. In 1962, with Anna Roy's support, Patricia founded the Bermuda Ballet Association, later serving as its president. By 1972, with community backing and a fierce determination to include local dancers on the stage, she established the Bermuda Civic Ballet, the island's first classical ballet company. Their first production, Devil in the Village, featured over 140 Bermudians, many of whom would become professional dancers and cultural leaders. Under her direction, the Bermuda Civic Ballet became the first local ballet company to perform abroad at the International Youth Festival in Aberdeen, Scotland. Madame Gray opened the door for generations, training dancers like Alison Masters, Moira Scott, Coral Waddell, Katina Woodley, Sophia Cannonier, Robert Simmons, James Waddell, Alexandra Duzovich, Vidya Cannonier-Watson, and Ravi Cannonier-Watson. Ravi is now a full-time company member of the Royal Ballet in London. Madame Gray's teaching was intense, uncompromising, and deeply human. She demanded excellence, not just in arabesques, but in how one carried oneself. She taught dancers to show up on time, prepared, and present. She saw who you could become before you did. Tonight, as we dance under the stars of our ancestors, we honor a woman whose impact has shaped stages, hearts, and history. We honor Madame Patricia Dean Gray, MBE, Bermuda's first ballerina, a legacy of discipline, standard of greatness, and a name we will carry forward with pride. Thank you.
I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you have done. For every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure that they too join with Americans in recognizing what an immense feat this is.
Go ahead, Mr. President.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what you have done. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world. And as you talk to us from the Sea of Tranquility, it inspires us to redouble our efforts to bring peace and tranquility to earth. Peace to earth. Peace to earth. Peace to earth. Peace to earth. Because of what you have done, for one priceless moment in the whole history of man, all the people on this earth are truly warm.
Go ahead, Mr. President.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. Because of what you have done, the heavens have become a part of man's world. Man's world. The heavens have become man's world. Because of what you have done. 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 Because of what you have done.
smoking wood. I miss the way you used to call first, like I was something on your mind. Now I count the hours between us, wondering if I've crossed some quiet line. You say you love me more than I know, but what good is love if it doesn't show? I don't need perfection, I need presence. Not just your hands, I need your essence. There's a stillness between us I never chose. The silence that screams louder than most. I ache for the softness I used to feel, but lately I don't know what's fake. Cause if I do, what if the truth is I've already lost you? I trace back the days, the moments, the shift, the way you hold me tighter when you leave. It feels like you're saying goodbye in small ways, and baby that's what haunts me when I breathe. I wanna be a safe place like you said, but do you even see me when you close your eyes? Or am I the softness you crave when it's quiet, but not the fire you choose to prioritize? I'm not asking for more than I give. I'm not asking you to change who you are. I'm just asking that if you say I matter, then your actions carry that truth to my heart. I'm tired of reading between silences, tired
My name is Patricia. I'm the first soloist with the English National Ballet, and I'm a ballet dancer. My earliest memory of ballet, so I kind of started dancing by going to kind of jazz and tap classes, and I was one of those competition jazz kids. We got into lyrical dance at the jazz studio. It was kind of when I first had access to something that was like a different style, and then a teacher was sort of like, have you ever considered signing your daughter up for ballet classes? Probably would have been about 8 years old, and I really didn't know anything about ballet. I'd never seen it before. I went to a ballet class, and at first I really didn't like it. I thought it was, it's so structured but boring. And then I saw a ballet, and I got involved with like the Nutcracker, like doing the children's part in the Nutcracker with the Joffrey Ballet tour to Detroit. And so like that was kind of my earliest memory of like ballet and like professional ballet. When I trained in Monaco at the Princess Grace Academy, that was a lot more of a kind of French influenced style, which I think gave me a lot of the kind of like maybe regal qualities that I can access sometimes within my training. When I was kind of, again, in my later teens, around 16, I went to an academy in Moscow. I think that kind of toughened my skin up. That definitely prepared me well for my professional career, because I think that was kind of the hardest period of my training. I don't really know where my desire for discipline or my willing to be so disciplined in my art form comes from. Routine was already baked into my upbringing anyways, so I think that probably played a part, and I think also the idea of seeing what the end result could be also probably played a part. It was that you were working toward a goal, there were levels you could achieve, and I think also seeing when you worked really hard, you could do more technically, and then that kind of freed up more that you could do artistically. Of why ballet shoes are pink, it does have to do with skin tone. That's a modesty thing. That's also a part of why tights are pink. I remember like one of my cousins asked me, she saw a picture of me with my dance troupe when I was like a little kid, and she's like, how come you're the only black kid like in your dance troupe? And I was like, what? Like, I don't know. And it just like never crossed my mind. I think it was like in my later teens I started to kind of like realize like, oh, I was kind of like the only, I'd be like the only black girl in the academy, or the only black girl in the school, or the only black girl in the ballet class. At the turn of the 21st century, the art forms really begun to have to diversify a little bit more, and so as I'm not fair-skinned, it just kind of made sense to me to wear brown tights and brown shoes, and I think it looks really good on me. And I think the whole idea of ballet is to have a continuous line and to have a beautiful continuous line. And so what a beautiful continuous line for a dancer 200 years ago versus what a beautiful continuous line of a dancer of today in a globalized world. Ballet dancers aren't all lily white and fair-skinned, so I wanted my complete full line to represent who I was and to kind of make sense and match my skin tones. I would say I'm inspired most by my colleagues. If there's anyone who's going to understand your best or your worst or whatever you've achieved, it's the people who
Perk was a French businessman who lived in Bermuda and became known for his generous support of the arts, particularly ballet. He played a pivotal role in enabling boys to pursue ballet training at a time when male participation in the art form was less common and often discouraged. Perk recognized the potential and passion in young male dancers and provided both financial and moral support to help them access quality dance education. His contributions helped break down gender stereotypes in the performing arts and encourage greater inclusion and diversity in ballet. His legacy lives on in the opportunities he created for Bermudian boys to develop their talents and follow their dreams in dance.
And I bet I'm sometimes I feel like a murderous. Sometimes I feel like a murderous. Sometimes I feel like a murderous child. Long way from home. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, yeah. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long way from home. It gets so lonely sometimes. I just wanna cry. Long way from home.
I'm sorry I'm late. You must be the bride. I'm your groom, Sebastian Klein. This is our home now? Look, I know that both of us don't want to be in this situation, so I figured we'd both just be the happy couple in public and just stay out of each other's affairs.
I've learned to lose, you can't afford to. Tore my shirt to stop you bleeding, but nothing ever stops you leaving. Quiet when I'm coming home, I'm on my own. Like it like, say I like it like that, like it like that. Like it like, say I like it like that, like it like that. Don't you know too much already? I'll only hurt you if you let me. Call me friend, but keep me closer. Call me back, and I'll call when the party's over. Quiet when I'm coming home, and I'm on my own. And I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. Yeah, I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that. Nothing is better sometimes. Once we both said our goodbyes, let's just let it go. Let me let you go. Quiet when I'm coming home, and I'm on my own. Like it like, say I like it like that, like it like that. Like it like, say I like it like that, like it like that.
God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy what we don't need. We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives. It's our lives.
You look lonely. I can fix that. Please don't stop the music. Please don't stop the music. Please don't stop the music. Please don't stop the music.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Look, sorry to stop the music. I made the suggestion of whether, or the offer to make a few remarks at the end, and Sophia, I think, just maybe out of obligation said yes. So you've got me for a few moments. I just wanted to say 3 thank yous. And the first one, you know, no surprise, goes to the dancer performers we've seen here tonight. I was trying to think of actually how you describe what we've seen tonight, and there's a lot of words that you can use. You know, athleticism, you know, dedication, grace. I mean, the performance is just genuinely mesmerising in terms of what you've done tonight. And I think all of us who are watching tonight, you gave us a gift. So thank you very, very much for tonight. So the second thank yous goes to the supporters. And by that I mean the families. You know, we've obviously got some of them represented. Sophia and Michael you've heard of, but each one of you will know there's a huge camp of champions that sit behind you. You know, you've done it all yourself in terms of it's your dedication that got you on this stage, but you know all the people that helped you get there, the taxi driver parents, the friends, the family, all those who've helped you get that travel. So you know who they are, but I think, you know, and some of you will be out here tonight, but a huge thank you because you wouldn't be here without their help, I'm sure. So thank you. And the last thank you goes essentially to you. And the sponsors, Rosewood, you've heard about, that through their creativity and vision, it really brought this about. So thank you to them and other sponsors. But also every member who is sat here tonight has shown, I think, others, whether future organisers, I don't know if you're up for another one of these, Sophia, but it works. Clearly, there's a massive appetite to support, you know, Bermudian artists, the culture, the arts, and that is a fantastic message. So well done to you. And you'll be glad to know that's all I've got tonight. So enjoy yourselves the rest of the evening. But again, guys, thank you. Amazing.
I'd like to ask Mr. Veal and my husband, Michael, to come up and we'll just say just a few words. Thank you again, His Excellency, for speaking at the end. I'd like to just introduce the ballet mistress. This is Ms. Andrea Long. And Andrea and I know each other through the Dance Theatre of Harlem.
Yeah, I was a dancer there. And I was a principal dancer at Dance Theatre Harlem for 13 years, finished my career there. Now I teach and coach, and yeah, and it's been such an honor to be here. And these dancers are so extraordinary. Yes or no? Yes! Give it up. Thank you so very much. It's been an honor. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And as we close tonight, I just would like to say that this is going to happen every year. It is going to happen every year. This has been a dream of Robbie's, and he's going to come forward in a moment and speak with you. I want to say thank you to the National Dance Foundation of Bermuda for supporting all 3 of our children. And I think that they need to have a big round of applause. And all children in Bermuda need this support, and they would love your support. So please support the National Dance Foundation of Bermuda.
I don't think I need to explain what it means to have 3 of your children up here dancing. Ravi, of course, you know, but standing next to him is an equally talented younger sister, Inanna. And if she shows any of the tenacity that Ravi and Vidya have shown, she's also going to go a long way. So please give her lots of support and love as well. And just a personal note from me, I think you all share this when you've watched this evening. These dances take you to places in yourself that maybe you don't normally go. It makes you think and drop into parts of your being that maybe you don't experience on a daily basis, and for that I am always thankful. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and it just takes somebody else to point it out for us, and they've done that exquisitely this evening. So thank you, everyone. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And to conclude, I think we've all learned an awful lot tonight. So thank you. And may I just ask everybody to stand and show your appreciation for tonight. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, this man needs no introduction, but here's Ravi with a few words and a very proud father. Thank you.
I'm gonna catch my breath quickly. First of all, Mom, Dad, I love you both. Vidya, Inanna, thank you. I love you. Whew, okay, this is a lot. I thought it was gonna be. I just want to start off by saying thank you to everyone in the community. I started off as a 9-year-old footballer in Bermuda, not sure what ballet was. Walked into a ballet lesson that my sisters were doing after football training, and they were all wearing butterfly wings and running around the space, and I thought, yeah, this is much better. And I think to this day that is the best decision I've ever made in choosing to follow my heart in one of my passions. And that's what I want to bring back to the island. This island is filled with so much passion, so much potential, so many artists, so many musicians, dancers, whatever. We have it. Just because we're small doesn't mean we need to be small. Yeah? And my give back to the community, as I hope years and years and years to come, is to come back every summer, bring gorgeous friends and basically family, and just do this year after year and just keep showing Bermuda what we're capable of. Because we are capable of this, and like I said, just because we're a tiny island doesn't mean we have to be small. We're Bermuda, we're strong, we're passionate, we are everything just like the rest of the world. And we're going to show it, and I want to be one of the leaders in that. I don't really have any more words left to say. I just want to say thank you to every single dancer on this stage right now. Just without me, please. Thank you to you all. You've all inspired me just as much as I hope you all have been inspired. I'm so thankful to have shared the stage with you. This week has been so much fun. And I hope that we can just keep doing this for years to come. So thank you for your support. Thank you for everything. Thank you for supporting me over the years. I'm eternally grateful, and I hope to give back to you, give back to this community like you've given me so much. Thank you very much.